I would just say don't let this question intimidate you. There are a lot of big words in the passage. We've seen that for other questions, but there's also lots of big words in the choices here. But I think it's a good thing. I think it helps us understand better what we're looking for and kind of know when we've found it. Now, it doesn't matter though. For now, we should just make sure we're sticking to the process. Let's start with the question. It's not really giving us much to go on, right? We need something about Mrs. Quabarl. Then we go to the line references. So let's go to number 10 and read these and see, is there anything that we can kind of get about Mrs. Quabarl from these lines? So 49 to 50, all the way up here. How provoking, said Mrs. Quabarl. These railway companies are so careless. That means nothing to me. I mean, you can keep it in if you really want, but it doesn't seem to be describing her at all. She's just like saying something. So, useless. B, 62 to 68. 62 to 68. Kind of a long quote here. Does it start there? Yeah. I wish them not only to be taught, said Mrs. Quabarl, but interested in what they learn. In their history lessons, for instance, you must try to make them feel that they are being introduced to the life stories of men and women who really lived, not merely committing a mass of names and dates to memory. So I don't know. This sounds like, maybe we're learning a little bit about her personality. She's saying what she wants, right? I wish. She's kind of talking about her educational philosophy. I don't really know. I'm not going to go too deep into analyzing what it is. I just kind of know it's relevant, and that's good enough for now. We don't need to pick one line reference as being absolutely perfect. We just need to get rid of things like A that don't make any sense. So let's look at C, 70 to 73. That is here. Yeah. I shall talk French 4 days of the week and Russian in the remaining 3. Russian, my dear Miss Hope, no one in the house speaks or understands Russian. Again, I don't really get anything out of this. It's like a little snippet of a conversation. Half the time it's not even Mrs. Quabarl talking. It's about languages. Like, you need to analyze these enough that you can kind of say, like, well, maybe it's about this. But if you can't even do that, if you can't even, like, come up with a maybe as to why it's relevant to the question, that's not a good sign, okay? So in this case especially, it's not that I don't understand what's being said. I understood all the words in those lines. It's more just that they don't seem related to what the question is asking. So that's not good. Let's look at 77 to 82. That is here to here. She was one of those imperfectly self-assured individuals who are magnificent and autocratic as long as they are not seriously opposed. The least show of unexpected resistance goes a long way towards rendering them cowed and apologetic. So that's definitely about Miss Quabarl. It's absolutely describing her in some way, so that also I'm going to keep in. Now, I don't need to pick my favorite here. Maybe D is my favorite because it's much more information about her, but I don't care. That's not my job here. Let's go to the choices in number 9 and use those to better understand what I've read and maybe find the best match. So let's look at the words, too, individual words. So Mrs. Quabarl is best described as superficially kind, but actually selfish. Well, selfish, very strong word here, right? So that's going to be the main thing. Let's look for strong words. Did we see anything about her being selfish? Well, going back to B, I guess she's saying what she wants, her wish. But is that selfish? I mean, she's telling what she wants for her kids. That doesn't seem that selfish. And then D, I don't know. That does say autocratic. That might be selfish, I guess. But then I don't know. She's apologetic too. So there's something weird going on here. I don't know. This word selfish bothers me. I'm not convinced it's wrong, but it's noticeable and it's bothering me. So let's keep going. B, outwardly imposing, but easily defied. Well, defied. She says she's apologetic. The least show of unexpected resistance goes a long way towards rendering them cowed and apologetic. So she's apologizing if she's defied. And resistance is being defied, right? Like the match of those words is much stronger than anything we saw with the word selfish. Plus, imposing, right? That's a strong word too, but it's one we can justify. She's self-assured. She's autocratic and magnificent, right? She's imposing. She's a powerful person. She's a force of nature. But you defy her, you resist her, and she'll apologize, and she'll, kind of stop being that way, I guess. So this has some strong words. But I'm able to point to stuff in line reference D that justifies those strong words. It doesn't a strong word isn't always bad. We have to pay attention to it. We have to notice it and work on it. Okay? So let's look at C. There's going to be more. Socially successful, but irrationally bitter. Is she irrational? No. I didn't get any evidence of that. Successful. Well, I don't know. I mean, she's probably rich if she's hiring someone to watch her kids, but that is an assumption. I don't really know if she's socially successful. Maybe everyone hates her. I have no idea. So that strong phrase does not get justified. D, naturally generous, but frequently imprudent. So people get scared here because they're like, oh, I don't know what imprudent means. Doesn't matter. We know what generous is. Is there anything about her donating anything, giving anything away, money, charity? No, there's nothing. And so I don't care what imprudent means. It kind of means irresponsible. But it doesn't matter because the other word didn't match. Plus, B was such a good match. There's so many connections between the words in that choice and the words in line reference D that I don't really care about these other choices. Like, you can kind of feel it sometimes when when a choice naturally fits and you can point to things and say, oh yeah, this matches with this matches with this, these two go together. Versus when you kind of have to like make assumptions and you have to say that, well, maybe this fits because maybe she's donating charity and that's why she's imposing because everyone's so impressed by her. You can tell when you're doing the work and the thinking in the question versus when the lines are doing the thinking for you. That's what we want. We want the lines to do the work of justifying the answer choices. But we need to know what in the lines, what aspects of the lines, what words in the lines we need to pay attention to and look for. And that's what strong words really do for us, is they tell us what to care about. So when we look at those choices, we're looking for phrases that have a lot of meaning and pack a lot of punch, and we're looking then for those same ideas in the lines. Sometimes we'll be happy to find them, and then we'll know we're kind of on the right track. Other times we won't find them, and we'll know that choice is probably wrong. We did both of those things here and got the right answer. So textbook evidence question on a hard passage didn't bother us. Strong words helped us out.